What's going on, guys? Winter Kills here. Welcome back to another edition of the Open Game State series. I still don't know if I want to call it that, but basically sort of same idea as there was the last video where we talked about a whole bunch of stuff. I usually kind of save these and kind of like far in between just so I can get sort of stuff to talk about. I've got a few things I want to talk about in this video. The day I'm recording this is the day that I uploaded a Zodiac deck profile, my deck profile for the new ban list, which obviously Norden is banned, Terratop is at 1, and that's pretty much the only thing that affects Zodiac as far as I'm concerned, as I'll be playing it. But as with every deck profile, there are criticisms in the comment section, and I'm always welcome to that kind of stuff. It's perfectly fine. It's not like I don't expect people to disagree with my choices, but I think it's actually a good time to reflect based on some of those comments, which I think one of the biggest things that people were like confused about was, like, you know, he's maining triple D barrier, but he's not playing triple Ghost Dash. I don't have triple Ghost Dash to play. Assuming I can get the money for a playset of Ghost Dash, a playset right now on eBay runs about 220 and up. I haven't really checked TCG, but I can imagine it's probably about the same. But I will try to get a playset of those. I'm also trying to finish the Mermail deck so I can get a profile for you guys. So, like, that's also not helping the fact that I need to, you know, save money for that Ghost Dash, because I really hope it doesn't go up in the future. And I figure it might, because it stops Pendulum Call. I'm pretty sure it would stop Pendulum Call, unless there's some mechanic that stops it from doing so. But, like, that was the one thing, and I made triple D barrier strictly because there is a plethora of Zoo in my area, so it is a good card to have main decked going first. It's a trap. You want to have traps to set turn 1. Albeit traps aren't the greatest, because they're the slowest. They're the slowest of any type of cards that are in the game. You have to wait. They have to be set a whole entire turn before you can activate them, and they're very susceptible cards like Tone Twister and stuff. And I'm aware of these you know, not really, I don't know. I'm aware of these, you know, the negatives of trap cards in general. And I think, there was a question about hand traps as well in there. Hand traps that I do main are Double Ghost Ogre and Max C. I'm also playing 2 Gamma Seal. It's because you're not always going to win the dice roll. So you want to have those cards, in your deck. Like, I'm playing 2 Gamma Seal, triple Dark Hole, or not triple, double Dark Hole Raigeki. Even, you know, Max Reynolds' latest build of current list, he's playing triple board wipe in the main. Obviously, he's a very good player. Slumber is just not that great because it can get ashed, and a lot of things in your deck can get ashed. People are pointing out, like, you're just gonna, you know, your barrages can get ashed, your broadwolves can. It's like, of course they can. It's the same thing that's even, like, before the ban list, before the new ban list goes into effect. Like, everything is still susceptible to ash, just as much as it's susceptible to getting ashed in, you know, the new format. And it's not that big of a deal. And I do want to get Ghost Dash. I do want to play Ghost Dash. I definitely main deck it. I think I'd maybe go triple Ghost Ogre and triple Ash. I feel like I might end up going with that. Maybe in the meantime I can pick up Droll and Lock Birds, because those are obviously a little cheaper. Droll and Lock is not a bad card, as we know. But see, my idea is, like, is Droll and Lock going to be as good, you know, in this format as it is in the next? Because it really hurts Fusion Sub combo, because you'd get a lot of draws, there's a lot of searching involved. But afterwards, Droll and Lock would maybe only hit, you know, the Broad Bull, and it would mainly only hurt the tanky. And at that point, against Pure Zoo, like, they don't really need to do any other searching. Retaliating C is not an issue for me, because the new Zoo combo plays around Retaliating C without any issues. so I'm not worried about Retaliating Sea. Ghost Ash, obviously, as we know, Ghost Ash and Ghost Ogre, they're all once per turn cards, so I only have to worry about getting stopped in a certain area, and it's easy to play around Ghost Ash. It just all depends on how you build your plays, which I've gotten a lot better at learning how to play around hand traps. And I'm later going to talk about some tournaments, so we get some tournament reports in here as well, so I hope you guys enjoy that. The struggle to become a decent player, because I think I'm mediocre at best. The struggle to become a decent player is real, and I'm trying to get there. So I take the spiteful comments as like as help, I guess, in a sort of weird way. I take that as a form of help, because it's people like, hey, get a fucking grip, you know, like play these fucking cards, get these cards, you need them, they're really good. Your build is you fix it, you know. That's something I definitely want to do. Some things I have on my checklist though for fixing my zoo build is basically getting a third Trident. There are builds playing 3 Trident, 2 Broad Bowl. There are builds playing 2 Trident, 3 Broad Bowl. There are builds playing 3 and 3. Arguably, you don't need to play 2 Chakanine, but 2 Chakanine is not bad. You still, like, I get people saying in the comments, like, oh, you know, you don't need 2 Chakanine. Look at a lot of builds, you know, 2 Chakanine is still pretty relevant, especially since it can bring back certain cards. They survive the turn. You can still put Whiptails underneath them during your opponent's turn to disrupt. And if they survive, like I obviously said before, you know, you can use them for later. But if I had the third Broad Bowl and the third Trident, I'd definitely easily cut a Chakanine to 1 and Tiger Mortar to 1 as well. Without any doubts, I'd definitely do that. I'm probably also gonna end up cutting F-Zero. The next build that I make might feature the Brilliant Fusion engine with Predaplants and stuff. Because I've got like half the Brilliant Fusion engine. There's so many like things I want to try with the zoo deck. It's just a matter of picking up more cards. I think on the list is definitely Droll and Locks. Definitely get those. Probably get another Broad Bowl and another Trident. And I think that's probably going to be it. As long as, like I said, already picking up the rest of the Brilliant Fusion engine. I think that would do it though. I think that would really do it for the zoo build. People have said, you know, cutting Take Tomborg and Terror Top. I'm still playing the 1-in-1 right now just for the hell of it. I know, like, obviously they can be cut for better cards. And I kind of agree with that, but I'm still playing it just for the hell of it. Because, like, yes, there's a low chance of opening the Terror Top. Yes, you can open the Take Tomborg, but before you could still open the 1 Take Tomborg, even though there was 3 Terror Tops in the deck. So, you know, logically it seems like you'd open up the Terror Top way before you'd open the Take Tomborg. You know, you have a 75% chance of opening one of the. There's 4 cards total. You want to open three of a certain card and only one of the 4th one. So you have like 25 to 75% chance of, you know, opening either a good card or a bad card. But like even the same way now, it's just a 50-50, or you just don't see either. And that's the major point. Yes, like people are probably still aware of the fact, you know, there's not 3 Take Tomborg and 1 Terror Top now. It's just the matter that it's a 50-50 coin toss, but it's also 50-50 whether or not you'll even see either card. So it's kind of like a toss-up in that sense. What else do I want to bring up about Zodiac for as far as my deck profile was concerned? I don't think there was anything else main deck besides hand traps and maybe trap lineups. I thought maybe like Twin Twister. People didn't end up agreeing with my triple Twin Twister. I think 3 is not bad. I literally have not regretted playing 3 Twin Twister the past 2 weeks I've been playing the deck this way. I really haven't. I think 2 Twin Twister, or not 2, 3 is fine. You can easily side out 1 copy. And people are like, oh, with True Draco, you're going to lose True Draco if you play Twin Twister. Well, if you're smart and you play with Twin Twister smart, hitting face-up True Draco traps and spell cards do not affect you so long as you do it in standby phase before you even put any monsters on the board, so you don't risk losing anything to those traps. So they go neg you sort of plus, because they don't get to pop anything, they don't get to tribute summon during your turn. So you gotta be smart with those traps. And then Ghost Ogre can take care of other cards as well. So I do need to get through Ghost Ogre and stuff like that. But that's where I'm at with my Zoo build. It definitely could use some work, and I'm definitely trying to make it a lot better. I've seen you guys' feedback in the comments. It is greatly appreciated. And we're working on it. We're working on it. You know, with this channel, there's never just one deck profile for something unless I really don't want to play it. There's several. It's a growing, building process to get to the final work. And hopefully we can come to something before the ban list comes into effect again, or even like just after. I don't know how long I'm going to keep Zoo. I still have my Mermail deck. I still have a solid build that I want to put together that I can play if I get rid of Zoo all the way up until Link format. And at that point, I'll probably still play Zoo. Or not Zoo, I'll probably still play Mermail in Link format and see how it goes. Maybe throw in some Gofus and stuff like that and build some advantage off tokens and things like that. We'll see. I've got a plan though, a plan for the future. And I think definitely if I sold Zodiac wisely in the right time frame, I can get some decent money for it and use that to save up for what the next best deck will be. What maybe True Draco Demise. I don't know. Although I'm not really too keen about playing a deck like that involves just draw, and then slap one really big powerful monster on your field, and you kind of just sit on it. If it gets kaiju'd. It is an interesting deck though. There's one thing I do love about the deck, and it's the names, and it's the artwork in that archetype. It's beautiful, beautiful archetype. What else was I going to talk about? I think that's pretty much it for Zoo. And for the next topic I want to move on is to talk about Mermails. I know a lot of you guys are really excited for the upcoming Mermail profile that will feature 0 Norden, 0 Instant Fusion, things like that. Because as we all know, Norden did get banned. Hopefully everything I need for this deck profile will be here before the new list goes into effect for June 12th. And it's kind of cutting it close right now. I gotta wait until like later in the week from when I'm making this Sunday. I gotta wait like 5 more days before I can try and see if I can order some toads. I need 3 for this build because it will be featuring the Swap Frog and Ronin Toad and Engine, which I've been opposed to playing in the past, but I'm now kind of open to it now since you kind of need a little bit extra discard power now that Norden is gone. I might play Rare Fish still with Instant Fusion. In fact, I probably will play Rare Fish and Instant Fusion. I ordered today 2 more guns because it's going to be a heavy gun to build. 2 more guns. I ordered 2 Gold Rare Bahamut Sharks, 3 Swap Frog, and a Ronin Toadin super rare. So not picking up the LT Swap Frogs. Do not have that kind of money to spend, nor do I really care that much to high rarity the Swap Frogs. But yeah, that's where we're at with Mermail. We're getting closer. Like I said, I don't want to put out a half-ass deck profile for you guys. I want to put up 100% complete deck profile. I really can't make a work-in-progress build of Mermail right now because I want all the cards I need for it before I can even make it. The first Mermail build that I make, I might change the day that I upload the profile. I don't know, so I'm gonna have to try and test it, or I might build it the way I think I want it, put a profile up, see how you guys like it, and then we'll go from there as per usual. But the drive for the game right now is pretty much it's up there. It's all-time high. I'm having a lot of fun playing this game, and it's a lot of fun to be able to go to tournaments and play tests and just try and get better and try and get better. So the next time a major event comes around near where I'm at, I have a chance to go ahead and try to do well at it. The YCS Pittsburgh was a lot of fun. There's some regionals nearby, not anytime soon, but like in the future, some OTSs and stuff like that. So we'll see. So that's where we're at with Mermails. It's on its way. Don't worry. Touching on the live streams, trying to make something happen. Like I said, streaming YGO Pro every stream is not the funnest idea to me. I'd rather play real cards, but I don't have like a setup to stream live duels. So I'm still working on stuff. If you guys have suggestions, I'm open to suggestions. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was the 2 tournaments that I went to. One is the bigger locals I usually go to on Friday. I ended up going X1 in 4 rounds of Swiss. I think like there's like 40 people there for Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. Not that that's like an incredible accomplishment, but I think round 1 I played against Spiral, and I played at the tournament with new list while everybody else, I'm sure, was still playing the current list that's available with Norden and stuff like that. So I went in playing with you know, the no Norden, the 1 Terratop and stuff like that, a build that's pretty much similar to the one that I've uploaded on my channel. The deck played very, very well, I'm not gonna lie. I think the only time I ever didn't like it was when I kind of realized myself that I might have screwed up a play. I think round 1 I played against Spiral. Game 1 was pretty easy, easy win. Game 2, he went first and opened up like stupid, like Ancient Fairy Dragon, Sylvan, Princess Sprite, Spiral Sleeper, Spiral Super Agent, all equipped with stuff, and I just didn't have enough resources to out it. I did end up siding on Unending Nightmare, and that card won me the game, game 3. I was literally, the life points were 8,000 Spiral player, 1,600 me, and I was able to come back. For some reason, I was able to come back and just grind him away, and the Unending Nightmare he could just not deal with, and that ultimately won me the game, as well as I think like a Ghost Ogre or 2 that ended up coming in super clutch. Round 2, I played against Yosenju, and this guy is not a good player, and I was very salty when I lost, I'll admit. Let me give you guys a story here. So I'm playing this guy, right? And I'm at a point in the game where I know I fucked up. I don't get a zoo combo in Graveyard. I have no way to recycle any of my zoo stuffs because this guy, turn after turn, board wipe. And where are my bodies? Who the fuck knows where they are? And he's got Mirror Forces, all sorts of fucking Mirror Forces. And he's got Macrocosmos. He's got D-Fissure. He's just playing all these stupid cards, just setting out cards every turn. Demise, you know, the most skillful deck I've ever seen. And we're at this point where I've got 2 set Chalice, and I've got very low life points. It's game 2, he's beat me game 1. And to this day, if you guys have watched my channel for a long time, you know that I absolutely fucking hate Yosenju with a burning passion. I think the deck is cancerous. A lot of you may disagree with me, that's fine. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's truth or anything. I just hate playing against the deck. It's whatever. I'm sure most of you know what I think about Yosenjus. But basically, I'm playing. I'm like, he goes to activate one of his monsters to try to get another Yosenju on his board, like normal summoning it. I'm like, I don't want him to get another one in his field. I'd rather not take that much damage and maybe hopefully draw into something useful. Maybe like a Soul Charge would be very helpful at this point. The one-take Tomborg would be helpful. I can go and do an Invoker and just have a body on board to like protect my life points with, but that was not the case. Did I say take Tomborg? I meant to say Terratop. I don't know what I said, but that's besides the point. I activate Chalice on one of his Yosenjus. Here's what happens. He's like, Chalice? Okay. And then he sends his monster to the graveyard. I shit you not. I was just like, whatever. Okay. Because it's both players' responsibility to know exactly what's going on in the game. I was like, just negates this effect. Because, like, I knew either way I was going to lose. Like, I had no zoos left in deck. I had, like, a barrage and a tanking hand. I really fucked myself at that point. And, like, I'm willing to talk about it in this video because I don't really care. It's a locals. Like, it didn't cost me anything to play in. And it was just partially my own doing, and I really don't care that much. Say that I lost to somebody who must have like never played this game before. Jesus Christ, this guy was something else. And then it gets better because he normal summons. I said I had 2 set Chalice, and he summons another thing, and he's like effect, and I'm like Chalice, and then he sends it to the graveyard again. And then I was like, and then he passed, and I passed back to him, and I drew into some useless card. And then he had another card. I think he just set it and pass, and then another pass, and he had 2 Yosenjus, and he's like, summon, and then attack me for a game, and it was whatever. One of the worst games I've played in a long time, and reasons why I hate Yosenjus right there is fuck that deck. It's not a good deck, it's just, like, the engine itself, like, the Yosenju monsters themselves, they suck. They don't do that much. The fact that they return to their hand is not the greatest, but I guess it helps with the fact that they normal summon each other in a row. It's just like he had D-Fissure every single game and Demise, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But it is what it is. And then I think round 3 I played against an Ancient Gear player, very, very salty player. It's one of those players that you play and they constantly complain. I'll say this, like, when I was playing the Yosenju player, like, I wasn't complaining. I wasn't saying like, oh, like, you're such a bad player, why you play this deck? I was just like, whatever. I sat there and I took the L, you know. It was a hard L to accept, but I accepted it. I was like, all right, well, let's hope that fucking never happens again. But round 3 I played against this Ancient Gear player. I 2-0'd him really easily. Basically, at one point, he got 2 really big Ancient Gear monsters. I had a Dryad that had not used its effect yet, and a set Econ. And I think the Dryad may have like 1 material underneath it. And I popped one of the bigger Ancient Gear monsters, and they went to attack over my Dryad, so I just stole his Ancient Gear monster with the Econ for the turn. That was pretty funny. I was like, are you serious about it? It was whatever. And then the last round, what did I play against? Oh, I played against one of my friends who was playing Pure Zoo with Norden and 3 Terratop, and I 2-0'd him savagely. Game 1, I opened up Flying Sea and Maxi, and like a really good hand. I think I opened Terratop. The one of Terratop was nuts. I went off really, really good first turn. Dryad, Invoker, Emerald, sat back row, and the 2 hand traps in hand. Admiral goes off once. I'm able to stop his plays easy enough. You know, turn 1 with the Max C. I saved the Flying C for later because he activated Barrage. I didn't have enough negation to sort of like trustfully be like, okay, there's no way he has Barrage now because he still had some cards in hand. Like, I wasn't going to risk losing the Barrage to, or the Flying C to Barrage, so I just kind of let the Max C do its job. I got a couple draws off the Max C. And next turn, I was able to recycle my Maxi with my Emerald, and guess what I drew for my fucking draw off Emerald? I drew the fucking Maxi again. And then that game was over real quick. Game 2, he opens up, sets 3. I go to Twin Twister, he chains. I discard, I think, Zoo Combo off of it. He chains Imperial Order. And then a normal Whiptail, swing for 12, going to Dryden. I do not pop his Imperial Order because I know it's going to screw him over more than me. I have a Ram and like something else in hand that I can't. I think it was Barrage because he had the Imperial Order, so I couldn't use that. But I had the Whiptail. Whiptail into Dryden, no further action. Just simplify, just keep beating him down. He can't make any power plays. He can't Instant Fusion. He can't Barrage. He can't Tanky. He can't do any of that good stuff. And if he tries to make any sort of play, I have the Dryad there to stop it. And then I think I drew into another Whiptail, and he basically burned himself all the way down to 100 life points and top deck to Solemn Strike in his last turn. So that's how that match went. It was an interesting match, though. It was a good match. Good friend. So, yeah. That's how that went. And then the other tournament we went to, me, my friend Adam, and my brother, we went to a big... I don't want to put this like a cash. It's like more like a major store credit like giveaway. Like, you know, first place gets 130 store credit, second gets 90, and third and fourth get 30. I think second gets 60, third and fourth get 30, something like that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know, but it was decent. There was 12 people that ended up showing up. $15 entry, so you're able to get that 250 store cred. If we would add over 16, I think they bumped the credit amount up to like 300 or something like that, which would have been cool. But round 1, I played against the mirror match. He wasn't the greatest at Zoo. Not saying that I'm the best, but I don't know. It was probably fairly even. Like, I'm not the greatest at Zoo either. I'll be honest. I'm definitely not somebody who thinks they're the best at everything. I would like to think I'm modest. I don't know. Is me saying I'm modest to prove that I'm not modest? I don't fucking know. But anyways. Game 1, it was like kind of back and forth. We both opened up really bad, so it was a very slow game, but I ended up outgrinding him. And then game 2, He goes first, double fusion sub play, and draws way too many cards. I have no hand traps, so, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, I want to play more hand traps, and I'm going to. I'm just deciding it's going to be a third Ghost Ogre, and then 3 of some other hand trap. Probably not going to be Ghost Ash. Listen, I love Ghost Ash. It's a good card. People are like, oh, you said Ghost Ash. I'm like, what is? I'm like, it's not that great because it's not the end all be all of hand traps. You know, you still have Ghost Ogre, you still have Flying Sea, you still have Drone Lock. But people are like, well, it's $90. Like, it's dropped to like $60, $70. It's kind of went down in price. Not to say that, you know, a price is an automatic qualifier for whether or not a card is good. So I mean, I might throw in Flying Seas back in the main deck, because I'm pretty sure I was still maining Flying Seas in the tournament. I just didn't see the Flying Seas there, so I was 2 Ghosts or 2 Flying Sea and a Max Sea. I took the Flying Seas out of the main for the deck profile, strictly because, like, I just felt like they weren't doing enough, and I don't know. I'll probably put them back in. I think that's one change I'm gonna make even after I make this video. I'll go change it. But yeah, game 2 he just goes super hard in Zoo combo. Game 3 is another grinder, and I'm able to just make a better established board and beat him down with you know, Dryden and stuff like that. And the major thing that ended up winning me that match was D-Barrier. D-Barrier and Ghost Ogre. D-Barrier all day was shutting him down. D-Barrier all day. He went and he normal summoned Rat one turn. I have the one set D-Barrier. He goes Rat. He sends something, he goes into Borbo, summons Rat. I'm like, okay, fine. And then he goes into Bravo, detaches search. I'm like, now D-Barrier, because now he's got his Rats out of his deck. He uses the Broad Bowl. And now I keep him from going into Dryden. And then I think he didn't send anything, and I just won that turn with a 4100 attack, Dryden, a 3300 Kaiju that he had given me, and I had not a Whiptail, but a Thoroughblade. I popped his Broad Bowl with my Dryden, detaching an Ixchel that did not affect his attack points. And then Thoroughblade attacked his Rat, and then I swung in for 7400, put him down to 600, and then he just drew for turn and scooped. Probably wasn't a card he was looking for. And then round 2 I played against Cubic Zoo. That was a 2-1 victory. He ended up beating me game 2 because he got one of his cubic monsters like really beefed up. But game 3 I think I savaged him with like a Maxi or something like that. And Ghost Ogres, well-timed Ghost Ogres and D-Barriers and stuff like that. D-Barrier was so clutch those first 2 matches. Round 3, so I was able to win that. Lucky wasn't able to summon the giant cubic on me, because I did not have, I think at the times I saw him at it, just he couldn't get enough cards in his hand. I think like he didn't have the strikes ready for it to stop it. And it's a very hard card to get over. It's unaffected by other monsters like activated effects. There's original attack or like 3000. And this is a question I'm curious, since the Zodiacs all have question marks, their original attack is whatever their current attack is. So if I were to get a 4000 Dryden and he summons it, I can pop it with the Dryden because its original attack technically is like 4000. I don't know. You guys help me out with that. That'd be greatly appreciated. Shout out to whoever answers that question. Also, round 3, I played against the same guy I played the day before, who was playing Pure Zoo, and I ended up beating him 2-0. We had a sort of a rematch this time. And game 1, I'm pretty sure, I can't remember. No, yeah, game 1 he ended up beating me because he opened up Fusion Sub combo, double Fusion Sub combo, which is, I'm so glad that combo is going. One, it takes too long, and a net stupid advantage. He ended up winning that game fair and square. I don't think I saw any hand traps. Game 2, I saw way too many hand traps, and I had to go first. I went double Ghost Ogre, Maxi, Speedroid Terratop, and take Tomborg. And I was playing current list with Norden and stuff like that. I don't know if I mentioned that. But I decided to play the current list for the bigger cash tournament. There was a higher chance of winning a really good prize, I should say. I was like, fuck it, I'll just play the new list and see how it goes. And looking back, I kind of wish I would have played the old list because I'm like a masochist a little bit. And I just like the new list better. I don't know. I would have gladly taken the L if I would not have the chance to use Norden and stuff like that. But yeah, game 2, I go Terratop into take Tomborg, hits me with a Flying Sea, and then I'm like, okay, pass. He goes, and he sets a bunch and passes. I proceed to put all, or no, he barrages, and I think I Ghost Ogre it, or I might burn the Maxi or something, but I think I saved the Maxi for later. But I think I might use the Ghost Ogre, then I turn everything to attack. Swing for 700, 600, and 1200. And the next turn, he sets more and can't do anything. Next time I'm beating, 700, 600, 1200. Another turn of 700, 600, 1200. And I think it might have been like the final turn after I used the Maxi like one turn where I drew into a couple more cards. I think I drew into Barrage and like a My Body or something. Or yeah, I don't know. But like I draw the Barrage, I'm gonna like and he has a Dryad on board, and he has like 1200 life points left, and I still have the Flying Sea, the Terror Top, and the Take Board, and I activate Barrage, target Flying Sea, he goes try and pop Barrage, and I Ghost Ogre and I clear his field, and I swing in for enough damage per game, and next turn I was drawing Whiptail, which would have sealed the deal. Or no, I think I just normaled Whiptail after I destroyed it, and like, yeah, I definitely have game, and that's how I won game 2. And then game 3, I think he just opened up really good. No hand traps on my part, even though I opened up all the fucking hand traps in the world the turn before, and he ended up winning that game. Then round 4, I played against True King Zoo. I think I lost that 2-0. It's just masterpieces and True King effects that I was not expecting to deal with. Very interesting build. And took the L there. I think it was just because, one, I opened up mediocre both games, and I definitely made a major misplay game 2, where I had Thoroughblade and Tanky, and I normaled the Tanky, discarded Whiptail, and then I searched Rat off Tanky, when I could have easily done an uninterrupted full Zoo combo fusion sub play. See, I'm just like stupid like that. I don't know. But my brother ended up getting 3rd. I ended up going X2. It was a mediocre. My brother got 3rd. He ended up going X1. There was no XOs at the turn, was surprisingly enough. My brother got 3rd. Got some stuff. My friend who was playing Cubic Zoo, his tiebreakers were good enough. He ended up getting 1st. Even though we were all X1, I was X2. My friend Adam was X1. He got cucked out of the top 4 due to tiebreakers and shit like that. But it is what it is. Yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of Open Game State. I still don't know what I'm gonna fucking call it. It's a decent name, I guess. But anyways, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Your feedback and stuff. It's always Winter Kill signing out. See you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.